I'm fortunate enough to live within a very close walking distance of Colwick Country Park. But when I went this year, I wasn't expecting to see many flowers since it's the middle of August. But for some reason, I've never seen such an abundance of flowers. And one of the ones that appears regularly but seems to have spread is this one, fleabane or Polycaria dysenterica. And all the yellow flowers you can see here are patches of fleabane, and I think it's a very beautiful plant. The leaves are quite silvery and hairy, and the flowers are yellow with an orange centre. Very nice. Also common on the site, or increasingly common, are mints. This one is Mentha spicata, an introduced mint, or spearmint I think it is. But it's quite short growing here because of the geese which are grazing on the area. I think they probably eat the mint as well, though I'm not sure how tasty they would find it, but I think geese eat anything. This is marjoram, a well-known culinary herb, and just a single large patch of this here. Didn't find more than the one. I'm assuming that this is just one plant, Oreganum vulgare. Again, a very decorative plant in the mint family. So as you can see, it looks a bit like the mints. The mint that's increased in numbers across the site, and particularly around the lake, is water mint or Mentha aquatica, and it tends to like it's having its feet wet, and you can tell it because it mainly has large bunches of flowers at the tip of the growing points. It tastes very minty, as does spearmint. This is one that I've not come across before. This is common cudweed, or Philago vulgaris. It's the first time I've ever seen this plant, as far as I know. I think it must be spreading over the country. I think it normally grows in bare land and bare areas, but here it is amongst the silverweed and grass at the side of the lake at Colwick Country Park. Lots of self-heal as usual. Prunella vulgaris, particularly nice to see this white form, which is very pure white and very distinctive, and it does tend to grow among the purple forms, though I tend to think it's a sport. But nice to find it. I've only seen white self-heal on this site at Colwick Country Park. Plenty of St John's worts around, particularly at the edge of the lake. They like to be in a dampish soil. It's like Pericum perforatum. It has quite large flowers, probably about 2 centimeters across. They're attractive to pollinators, as you can see there. And again, it's reaching the end of its flowering season, but nice to see. This is Artemisia absinthium, or wormwood, and you can tell it from mugwort because it's very silver in colour. The leaves, the inflorescences, and the flowers are a distinct yellow, which I've shown you there. It's a potent herb and it can be toxic, but I'll put some details on this plant at the end of the video. It tends to spread by stolons here. If you look at the plant, as I've shown you here, it does seem to spread itself by rooting underground rhizomes. Yeah, you can see that over here. You can see how the plants have spread, and you've got smaller ones coming up. And this is the main plant, which is very large and again reaching the end of its flowering season, but the flowers are still on it, and they are quite distinctive with the silver foliage, silver buds and yellow flowers. Another plant that's increased dramatically over this site, one of the 3 types, is Scutellaria galericulata, a bit of a mouthful. That's common skullcap, and you can't miss it because it has very bright blue flowers. And this is the first year where I've seen it in such abundance at the Colwick Lakes site. It grows along the whole edge of the bank, scrambling through every other plant, and it's very easy to see. You can't miss it. That's Scutellaria galericulata, the blue flowers with the white spots on them. Very beautiful. And it has medicinal properties too. I'll put some details on that at the end of the video here. That's Scutellaria galericulata. And as I say, it's coming up in various places along this site. And I was very pleased to find it, having never seen such quantities of this plant before. The next plant that I've seen is a small St. John's wort, which is Hypericum tetrapterum, square-stemmed St. John's wort. The flowers here are very much smaller, maybe about 1 centimetre across or less, which distinguish it from the much larger Hypericum perforatum. One plant that doesn't seem so common this year is marsh woundwort, and I've shown a flower of it there. It's Stachys palustris, and it's a very beautiful plant. The flowers have the labiate type of flowers with a lip, which are pink with a lot of white spots, so it's fairly distinctive. This one is Bistort, the final plant that I was able to find. Just one plant of this. I haven't seen this plant at Colwick Nature Reserve before. Nice to see it. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.